Okay, learners, today we are going to study about the area of a circle and its circumference. And we will also be studying about the compound shape that involves circle. Now we have formulas for the area and circumference of our circle. And this is our formula for the area. Area is equal to pi r squared. Or you have area is equal to pi times r times r. The circumference is the length of the side of our circle, and the formula for circumference is 2 times pi times the radius. This is not called perimeter. If that is a polygon, if these two are polygons, then we use P, perimeter. But for circle, it is not used. For the whole circle, it is called circumference. And what is the value of pi? The value of pi is either the value in your calculator, you may use that one, or just put 3.142, or your teacher might say that, okay, class, assume that pi is equal to 3.14. So you just ask your teacher what value of pi you are going to use. Look for the difference between these two because they are confusing. You might confuse the 2 pi r as the formula for area and the formula for area as the circumference. So please try to memorize the area and the circumference because these two are really confusing when you are not given the formula. It's up to you to use the formula, then it will be a big problem. Okay, let's have number 1. Let's compute the area first and then the circumference. The area is in squared and the circumference is the length, so that is in the base unit. So let's have the area of number 1. So let's have the given first. We should identify whether the given is the diameter or the radius. So in example number 1, we have the center. How do we know this one is the center? Because we have the letter O. Usually the letter of the center of our circle is point O. And we have here a line segment from the center to this one is 4 centimeter, and that is the radius. So you put here the radius, which is 4 centimeters. Then we will apply our formula. Area is equal to pi. What is the value of pi are we going to use? As 3.142, 3.142. You may use also the value there in your calculator. It's a long number. Okay, it's up to millions if you want. And then times, we have the 4, and don't forget that we are going to square it. Square. Other students will write this one like this: 3.142, and then 4, and another 4, because they are confused of that exponent. So if they write in this form now, they will not be confused anymore because they know it's 4 times 4 and not 4 times 2. So here the area of our circle is, if you get to 4 times 4, 16 times 3.142 is 50.3. So we have 50.3. Unit is cm, so we have cm squared. That is area squared. What about the circumference? So let's compute the circumference. Let's put here class. That one is the formula. We have the 2 and then the 3.142, and then the radius r is 4. So we multiply it by 4. So here we just multiply 2 times 3.142 times 4 is 25.5 0.1, and then you put cm. That is the circumference. This one is cm only because that is the length of the side of our circle, while this one is square. Okay, let's have number 2. For number 2, we can see that the 12 centimeter here is the diameter. How do we know if that is the diameter? A chord that passes through the center is a diameter. So put here first. Okay, let's have our given for number 2. Given, what is the 12? It is the diameter 12 centimeter. But we are not using the formula for the area using the diameter. Instead, we have the formula for the radius in terms of the radius. So you write here, you can put an R here, that the radius is half of the diameter, which is 6 cm. And you may put an underline here so that you not be confused of using the 12 and the 6. We are going to use the radius 6. Now we find the area, that's just the same like number 1. So you have pi here is 3.142 times radius. What's the radius? 6. So you have 6 and square that. So you have, don't multiply 3.142 and 6 yet. You need the PEMDAS. And you do first 6 squared, raised to power, and then you multiply. Don't multiply these two numbers. So just write together 3.142 and raise first this one. You can have 6 times 6 like this, or if you know very well the exponent, you know that as 6 times 6, which is 36, and you have your area. And area of that one is 130. So you have 130 unit cm squared. Okay, what is the circumference of this one? So circumference is equal to 2 times 3.142 times the radius. Don't square the radius, it's r only. What's the radius? See this one, the underline. So we have 6. You multiply that one, and our C is equal to 57.7 unit. It's cm only without the square because that is the length of the side. Okay, let's have number 3. For number 3, we have this circle and we are given the diameter. So I'm just going to put here diameter is equal to square root of 2 centimeter. But we are not using the diameter, but the radius. So we'll find the radius because that is the one that we are going to use. And what is the relationship of the diameter and the radius? Radius is only 1/2 of the diameter. So we're just going to put here square root of 2 and we are going to divide it by 2. And this is our radius. Now in our computation class here, I will show you the computations or the solutions using fraction. But if you want, you may use decimal here, get the square root of 2, which is 1.414, and you divide it by 2. So you can use 0.707 for the radius, which is also correct. So let's find the area. For the area of this circle, area is equal to, here the formula, you have 3.142. Just going to change now and remove, replace this by 3.142. And then the radius, I'll substitute the square root of 2 over 2 here, and then the square root 1, squared or raised to the second power. So it's like that. So when we simplify this one using fraction, we have 3.142 times square root of 2 times square root of 2 is square root of 4, and square root of 4 is 2. Now don't forget the 2. It's 2 times 2 is 4 here. So to simplify further, that's 2 over 4. This one is actually 3.142 times 1/2. 1/2. If we multiply 3.142 by 1/2, it is 3.142 divided by 2. So our answer then for the area of that circle is 1.57 cm squared. That is our area. Or you may use here the 0.707. Here 0.707 is 3.142 times 0.707 times 0.707 times 3.142 will give you 1.57. I just showed you that if you are going to use fractions in your computations, that this one is the solution. Okay, let's have the circumference. Circumference is 2, and then the pi, which is 3.142, and then the radius is that one. You see, it's better to put a line there or encircle that one. So we have square root of 2 over 2. You can see here, class, that you can cancel the 2 and the 2 here. So what it means is the 3.142. If you are going to get the value of square root of 2, that will be equal to 1.414. You multiply that one and your circumference length is equal to 4.44 centimeters. That is for number 3. Now let's have number 4, class. This one is a little bit different because we have a semicircle. But for the area, it's easy. But for the circumference, it is not circumference anymore. It is called perimeter because that is the length of the side. And circumference is used only when we have a perfect square, a perfect length of the side of our circle here. So here, let's find and look for the stem. What is the stem? That is the diameter. 10 cm. You can see that here. That is the center of our circle. So we will not use the 10. Instead, we'll be using the radius. What is the radius of this semicircle? It's half of 10, which is 5 centimeters. So we are going to use this one. Let's find the area. The area of a circle is pi r squared. But this one is half only of our circle. So we divide this by 2 because that one is half only. And then we place our value. Let us change pi into 3.142. Replace that one by this number. And the radius is, you see the radius is 5 or 10. So we have 5 squared or 5 times 5. And then don't forget that you have to divide it by 2 here. And finally we have here area, which is 3.142. Don't forget to multiply that one by 25. Don't again multiply this and the 5 and then you raise that one to the second. No. Just first raise this one to the second power and then multiply it by 3.142. And again, don't forget that you still have the 2 here. And for the area of this number 4, it's 39.3. So we have area is equal to 39.3 unit cm squared, because that is area. Okay, class, I'm going to next number 3. So we'll have plenty of space to solve this number 4. Okay, let's have the perimeter. Let's have the perimeter. P. It is not C anymore. So here we need the entire length of the sides. So let us name this one, this point here as point A and point B, just for the sake of identifying the arcs and the diameter. So the arc from A to B. So we can have the arc here plus the thing there, the line segment, which is the diameter. So plus the diameter is the perimeter and not the circumference anymore. So the arc and symbol is AB here, and then the symbol for minor arc or major arc. Anyway, there's a minor or major. Plus from A to B is a line segment. So the symbol for this one is like that one. Arc AB plus line segment AB, or the diameter. So let's compute for the arc. So we have, that is a circumference, half of the circumference. And what is half of the circumference? What is circumference formula? 2 pi r. So we have 2 pi r, and then we divide it by 2 because our circumference is only half, because it's semicircle, half, that's half. Plus the diameter, d. Our diameter is d, the 10. So here we can cancel the 2 here and the 2 here, leaving us the pi times the r only. So we have, let us replace pi, 3.142, and then we multiply it by the radius now. You see the radius 5 times 5, and then we add the diameter, not the radius, the diameter, which is 10 cm. Now multiplying this one will give us 15 plus 10. The final answer will be 25.7 cm, and that is our perimeter. Okay, thank you class, and we'll have another one which is the compound shape of circle.